Yeah, I mean, listen, but we could just say I have nothing to really say. It's all about Reed. It started with Shohei, ended with Reed tonight, and you know, we were talking about it before the game, the concerns about different things, and what he did tonight. It's really a tribute to him and obviously good coaching. I mean, the combination of Weiser and Dominic have been really on him to do a couple different things, and it was there tonight. I mean, much better pitching inside, and I think the residue of that was a better changeup with a better arm speed involved with it, inside to the right-hander especially. Landing his curveball. He just had a much better mound presence tonight. He just looked and felt the part tonight. Bully for him. I mean, that's potentially, you know, it's a life-altering event in a sense as a young man, as a major league player. Hopefully we're going to get a lot of residue again of that in the future because he's capable. I mean, of course, I'm not no-hitters. I'm just saying that's how he should pitch. That's what he should look like more often.
So you said you guys have been working on some adjustments. Is that like throwing inside a little bit better? I mean, what are some of those things you guys have worked on?
Yeah, he was not on the inner part of the plate, and his changeup was pedestrian. And you know, the curveball's always been good, but if you put so much pressure on that by not doing these other things, then it becomes mitigated. So he pitched tonight. He pitched really well. He needs to continue to do that, and he's going to meet with a lot of success. So again, give Dominic and Weiser a lot of credit. Pointing different things out to him, and then obviously it's always about the player. He did a great job.
What do you sort of have to do to pitch a no-hitter with only 2 strikeouts?
Yeah, you got to play defense, right? You got to be in the right spots. Challenged. I mean, maybe that low line drive to Marshy a little bit. Jarrett turned into double play, but there wasn't really a lot of testing kind of defensive plays, right?
Line drive, maybe.
Yeah, that might have been it. You're right. But as I'm saying this, I'm neglecting. Wallach did a wonderful job. Wonderful job. We talked about it before the game. I mentioned to you guys, we have 2 catchers in him and Romine that I was concerned about losing at the end of spring training because if you were watching them, they're major league catchers. They're absolutely major league catchers. And he validated that tonight. Plus, how about his at-bats? I mean, he hit 2 balls to the wrong part of the ballpark. He was just feet away from a 3 home run night. Got great presence in the dugout, and probably the most well-timed trip when he went out to the mound. That's exactly what was needed in the moment. And when it just could stay on the field like that, and the pitching coach doesn't have to ramble out there, it makes it even better.
At what point did it dawn on you that he might have the stuff to do it today?
Well, you never know. I knew what I was seeing on the scoreboard. I knew what I did like, and I was like, I mean, I've been an advocate too. I was just looking at Maddie saying, nice. Whenever he dotted an inside fastball, nice. And then you see the changeup working off of that. It's no secret. I mean, left-handers need to pitch inside to right-handers and vice versa. We just haven't been able to get him in there. But if he learns to do that on a regular basis with the other stuff that he has, that's going to be a big part of his success.
For all the chatter about the way the baseball is behaving this year and whether adjustments would take place, we saw a very young pitcher challenge the team, the opponent, fill up the strike zone. Do you think that attitude of being maybe more aggressive, less fine, really played into his success today?
You're talking about our guy?
Yeah.
No, of course. I mean, when you get in better counts, hitters become less hitters. I mean, it's just, if you're getting in bad counts constantly, you're always behind the hitters. It's no big secret. The tipping point is normally the 1-1 pitch. When you could get to 1-2 over 2-1, you have a pretty good chance of having a decent night if you do that with regularity. Everybody's trying to do that, but sometimes you're trying to miss bats as opposed to trusting your stuff and staying with your particular game plan, because whenever it goes sideways, you get done and you're so upset with yourself for not doing those things. And that happens every time. Sure. So anyway, I just like to see him continue to on that path of just the assertiveness, the aggressiveness, and challenge hitters more.
Yeah. I think Rendon's at bat in the 8th.
Yeah, well, he does that a lot, with the guys downstairs in batting practice. And so I was standing there, and all of a sudden, Gag said, he's got a different helmet on. So he went up there, and I mean, I thought it was great theater. It was the perfect time to pull it off. I mean, baseball is looking for moments like that. The crowd responded properly. No disrespect to the other side. It was just a fun moment, a fun baseball moment. I've had Javi do that in the past. But Anthony, I mean, to do what he did, I mean, that ball wasn't just a homer. That ball was tonked. I mean, that thing was really well struck. And when he went up there, all the hitting coaches say, he can do this. He can do this. And he did that. And then after the game, Anthony said he's been hitting from the wrong side all along. So, you know, it was a cool ending to a day. I was just only concerned that inning was taking a little bit too long, and Reed was on the bench a little bit, having to think about it. But he went out there properly.
Did you say anything to Reed after the game?
Just congratulations. I have no business. It's all about him. Coach McDonald already texted me from Louisville. I've already gotten back to him. It's about him and his family and the players. That was really a great moment.
What do you think of the error ruling on Walsh and the way that?
Of course. I mean, what took so long? I mean, what was that all about? Were they actually looking at a video of that? Seriously. We were like, what? And yeah, that was an error. I don't know who the scorekeeper is, but that's an error.
What do you think of the crowd that are reacting to it, cheering for an error? I think Walsh was clapping for the error.
Oh, Jared's beautiful, man. Nobody would have felt worse than he did in that moment. He already made several really good plays, but that was an error from the moment.